Hello, and welcome back to Age of Wonders Planetfall.
Of
Made
course you
some
can't live in this industrial zone. This is where we
elite.
manufacture and shoot.
Elite, nice. We made some pretty good progress in the last part, taking out a couple of opponents. Do I want to go for more of this, though? Probably not. I mean, more doctrines are always nice, but I'm hurting on the energy. Oh, there's a fix for that. Kind of. That's going to take so much production to get the development going, but still worth doing. Dry mountains. Locations just as sector base. There's nothing special here. Production or energy. Well, we'll go energy. And then we'll have, because doubling up on the same type of exploitation is also nice, because you only have to upgrade them once. Sure, we'll finish that first, though. That's fine. That is an energy upgrade as well. Here, Torn Skyline. Again, energy. Okay, well. Let's start working on this. Oh no, I've been denounced. Whatever will I do? Panic is what I will do, because this looks not good. Yeah. Seeing all these independence winning battles. I should never see independence winning battles. Hero upgrade. Oh. It's literally it. Just these. Could take infantry commander. Actually, doesn't that boost himself too? Isn't he technically an infantry? He is. 23, 24, yeah. If I'm not putting him in a vehicle, which I've decided I'm not doing for him, that makes sense. So, it's not a bad upgrade, actually. Should have done that a while ago. I forgot that they apply to the heroes as well. Not forget so much as I just didn't consider it. Defense expert, probably. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. +1 armor, +1 shield. And you could also be going infantry expert, I suppose. It would help your engineer, but... no. Kirko like me. Because I assimilated the Kirko after killing a bunch of people, I guess. After killing a bunch of Kirko. Funny how that...
event in colony.
Funny how that
Happiness
works.
event in colony.
182. That's... oh, it's not much more than a single turn worth of food, but it's a lot of food. Alright. I became trustworthy for defeating somebody.
Empire task completed.
Just straight up 200 popular support. I mean, that would be really nice. So I guess that's the next doctrine once I do unlock it.
Production ready.
Probably not going to cancel something in order to slot it in, though, because that's just feels like wasting energy. Alright, these guys. So I was waiting on this because I wanted to go advanced military engineering, because this is my elite factory production. So we're going to do that. Yeah. So we can produce superior tanks. Which was the whole point of getting the production boost there.
Operations primed and ready.
Okay, I mean, that's looking a little bit better. I've increased my strength quite a bit, so I'm able to do things. I'll take the 35. Oh. Expected success. I was expecting that to fail. But figured it was worth the chance. Okay. Is this cleared? No. Marauders. Oh, this is gonna be kind of rough, but we wanna take out one of you. Port, hold up. We can incinerate. We could have this stockpiled. Should also make the laser tank a little bit more effective. Alright. Tactical operations allow. Oop. I mean, there are a bunch of unmodded golems here. I should just be able to win this. Losing the laser tank is not really something I want to do. I mean, losing anything isn't what I want to do, but laser tank in particular is pretty expensive. Pretty expensive casualty. Of course, this whole squad up here is also unmodded, which is not great. Okay, this is their modded one. They did have one that was modded. Stasis Pocket Inducer. Remove action points. That's insanely good. I mean, the odds aren't that great, but it's still a really nice effect to have. Self-repair. Phase drive. Wow. I didn't quite like that position. Let's go here. It's better. I think, yeah, it's all their melee that's up front. So we can just charge forward. You do not have Overwatch, so I guess we're just gonna... Oh, get some lucky shots in. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, in case. That's not cool. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. I think this is just gonna die at the end of the turn. There was one more. There's another one that can teleport.
Operations available.
Good. I didn't knock it back. That's unfortunate.
Enemy down.
Alright, well that took way more attacks than I wanted it to. You're not elite, are you? Sure aren't. Acid bath. Interesting. 16, 21. I do this... I can still... Oh, nice.
Enemy commander down.
Let's just say no to the, say no to their commander having that encase ability. Yeah, you are probably dead, if I'm being honest. Hide back there. Not even gonna use an op. If you die, that's fine. You're just a marine. But they're gonna have to move. Not as far as I'd hoped. Oh.
Unit has fallen.
Okay, take out the owl instead. Not that big a deal. Slightly bigger deal.
Enemy annihilated.
Victory is mine. Yeah, shoot my own hero. Great. Ow. Let's worry about everybody else first, because that's not looking great over there. I might have to use an operation. That's... That was a lot of damage, but it didn't end up being a lot of damage.
Enemy down.
Alright, how do we want to do this? We can use up the Overwatch. I don't actually have a heal, do I? Support station's a heal, kind of. Start of the turn, though. Does it have to be Valkyrie?
Enemy killed. They never stood a chance.
Okay, not bad. And that leaves them... Well, you guys all have mods. So you're gonna be a little bit scarier, but the monitor is just whatever. Well, that's one crisis averted. What are we doing here? Not going down this way. That's what this army's for. Okay. Alright, you retreated in the last round. Well, then you get left behind. You're not that important. You need to go places. First of all, the owl. Go by itself up here. I think I can just absorb these, right? No. Okay, there was a surveyor drone just sitting there for some reason. Huh? It's fine. You have a militia and phase echo guard. Create unstable echoes of 4 random friendly units. So we'd be looking at 10? 8. Oh, well, if it's just these, doubled. It's not that bad. I just wanted to do this before they had a chance to get troops that have mods involved in the fight, because they duplicated... Is it even going to show which is which? Or is it? They only have 2 of these. Unstable Echo. Inflicts 50% less damage. Okay, so this is even less scary than I thought. And presumably... Wait. Why do you have shields though? Is that just your shields up defense mode? You didn't defend? I guess not. Oh, there were 3 of you. Oh. Okay, it wasn't a 1-for-1. Anyway. It's fine. Yeah, so these are kind of annoying. I don't think I have any super long-range stuff to deal with it. But that should get their attention. You can just defend. And you guys are gonna wait, I guess, because good to have an ability to cancel effects instead of just using the heal. I probably should have thought a little bit harder about what they'd be able to do to me, though, because I did set myself up for all kinds of AoE nonsense. Nice.
Operations available.
Okay, we probably... want to make sure that everybody's relatively healthy. unfortunate that it was a graze, but still pretty nice. In fact, while they're all clumped up.
Enemy down. Enemy neutralized.
Step forward if I want to avoid engaging the towers.
Enemy annihilated.
So we'll just do that. Get back up so that we're not getting all four of us hit by that ability if they do it again. And they did do it again, okay. Ah yes, all the reassembles. Did they reassemble or was it a manufacture? Yeah, it doesn't seem to know to avoid the Pyrex at all. Can't use that for a few turns. Why is your accuracy so bad? Electrified. Ah, see why. But have you tried not being electrified?
Enemy down. Enemy annihilated.
Alright, things are going pretty well. I'm not going to use any more actions on this fight. Operations, rather. Yeah, I don't think they're breaking through this. Like...
Enemy destroyed.
Oh. Well. Good job, you. Are you causing damage back to them or something? Resistant, hazard... Still not entirely sure what all your abilities are. It's like just a whole bunch of shielding. Okay. So I guess that was just them stepping into the fire panels.
Enemy neutralized. Enemy destroyed.
Oh, that's right, I have spore feeding too. Yeah, this is going pretty well.
Enemy annihilated. Enemy destroyed.
You have your area pack thing back yet? No. Oh, you're not that guy. You're not an executioner, you're just a scavenger. Alright, well, time for you guys to heal yourselves. Expert, do I want to move forward and get the hit? You know what, I might as well just do it this way.
Enemy down.
And then... could take that thing out, I guess, but probably not much point.
They've never stood a chance. Enemy down.
Attack successful. Level up. I'm liking this hero. Probably infantry commander again makes sense because it affects both him and his units. Relatively low level though. Probably... not dying. And since he is a melee, the counterattack is nice too. Oh, they didn't like that I took out their city, and also that commander. Well, they're probably not going to like this very much either then. Okay, could go grab that. I think at this point we just blitz for their capital. Let's take this player out. A little bit overkill. Although taking out these units would prevent them from recapturing stuff as they go. But no, they're just going to keep recapturing stuff and being annoying anyway. So let's take the player out and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, my Kirko city. Got a Kirko purifier. Do they do anything cool? They have Swarm Shield. Oh, Plasma Smog. Choking and... is that what they normally get? Yeah, Plasma Bombs is normal. I don't think Plasma Smog is normal, though. Choking, Strength 20. If I compare that to... where can I build these? Oh yeah, Plasma Repeater, 10, but okay, but it's repeating. Also causes burning as opposed... okay, so this one doesn't cause burning. That's interesting. Interesting is not good. I mean, choking's good too. Here's build a tank, because it doesn't matter. Non-elites +2, +2, +1. Yeah, I mean, I could just build a tank down here, get it next turn. That wouldn't be bad, actually. That was the end of the turn. I just clicked on it thinking it was the select next unit button. I didn't even read what it was before I clicked it. That's fine. Didn't need to start charging up another thermal blast or anything. I think we're okay. Three opponents down. This assembly player, despite looking like they have a lot of territory on the map, they're really on the ropes. So I'll probably take them out today as well. Which means that all of this territory will be mine. Sweeping ground, I am being attacked. This is just the regular faction army, not the... oh, they spawned down here, huh? Oh, this is an Autonom dwelling. Interesting. Well, I don't need these armies up there immediately, so maybe I'm going to turn around. Turn around and conquer myself a dwelling. Not seeing any units out here, really. Yeah, you got these marauders, whatever. Okay, what is this? I'm at war with this player. Yes, this is the other... Back there's their commander. Excavation tank? Yeah, excavator tank. Are they at war with each other? Diplomatic. Who's that? That is Eva Montiga and Yuri. Yes. Oh yeah, you're not doing so well. It's just the two of you left for Team Carminia. Okay. Autonom wins. And Marauders win. Autonom wins. Autonom wins.
Happiness event in colony.
Oh, double Cosmite. It's pretty painful seeing all of that. Identity is hidden. Okay, good. I stole energy from my ally. Ally didn't find out. That is the
Operations primed and ready.
the ideal situation. Another one? Probably not. We're gonna save it now that I'm using that energy. 1, 2, 3. We can actually grab, yeah, we can actually grab more influence. That'd be kind of funny. I do need energy, and the rest of these are not great. Oh, this is great. This is amazing. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one for energy.
Production ready.
I mean, nothing wrong with these. Might as well build a few. Alright, and I guess we're coming back down here to grab the 2 cities. And I already have an army in position. I can use the other army to hopefully deal with this. Now, you guys have a ways to go. Forward.
Production ready.
Can't afford another Pyrex, and this is a decently central city, I suppose, although... Well, we have a warp right here, so let's go exploitation range, maybe. Oh, 7 turns, never mind. This city doesn't have production. Learning center doesn't really matter, because it may produce a unit here at some point, but probably not. So... guess we do energy for a turn. And then once this is done and that other thing is done, we should be in a good place. Okay. You have commander skills. Follow protocol. Okay. There's nothing up here I need to worry about, is there? No, not really. We'll do operations on this one. Take it. Ooh, all the operations. Well, I'll still take it. Personal, we'll go infantry commander for you. And more health. Sure. Okay, and now we can finally take this city out. Alright, start grabbing these Devar settlements as well. Any reason to go down? Not currently. This army just kind of sat there. Oh, there's a teleporter here. Oh no. Well, I guess that helps if I decide to rush Eva later. I am at war with you. Okay. Well, I don't see any other units here. Void Tech Complex. Oh, it's part of this city. It was part of that city. I guess it still technically is, but it'll be separated soon enough. Didn't you guys have an army? Yeah, there it is. Well, that's annoying, but we're going to ignore it. You have that annoying shield up, don't you? No, targeting support. Friendly units gain detection, ranged abilities for friendly units gain 10% accuracy and 1 extra hex range. I mean, that's not nothing. Real standard just sitting there? Really? We'll grab that next turn. Give ourselves a level up in this stack. In the meantime... ...300 power, 780 power... Start queuing up another one, I suppose. Not really much point, actually. Let's get another incineration strike started. My points back, so if they attack me, I can do all the operations. Hoping this will be enough of a deterrent that they'll go somewhere else, although that would be kind of annoying too, actually. Honestly, best case scenario is they attack me and lose. Or they can separate. That's fine too. As long as... I guess the colony power doesn't exist because it's their base that they're taking back. I haven't absorbed it yet. Okay,
Operations available.
They should be stronger than me. However, I can... probably just do this right away. Because if they do an operation...
They never stood a chance.
They do an operation I don't want them just winning. Y'all, because this one's going to be harder. Although if I damage it before they duplicate, then I get...
Operations available.
their duplicate's going to be weaker. Good, we took that out. Why am I caring about defense mode? You're a melee unit. Doesn't matter. Cover does not make a difference here. Impact stagger. Yeah, go for that. Well,
Enemy killed.
probably better just to finish somebody off.
Unit has fallen.
I have to do another one.
They've never stood a chance.
It was a little bit expensive and I lost the city, but I held this one. Why they were doing individual attacks. They probably just didn't consider this to even be a threat, but that's miscalculation on the part of the AI, I guess. They really should have just done the whole stack in. If they wanted to separate somebody off, that's fine. This is the scariest unit, though. Phase manipulators are no joke. These things are scary. They're attacking me. Okay. Gonna replay it manually, because there's no way I'm winning this without casualties. Yeah. Yeah, let's not lose a whole stack here. See, we're on a bridge. A little bit annoying. Quite far out of position. Alright, just the 5. Manite ourselves.
Operations ready.
Alright, that one, Phoenix Walker, is a little bit scary. Also highly resistant to damage, apparently. Well, it doesn't have arc weakness at the very least. Ah, that would be why. Network. Okay. Who do we want to shoot at? No, that's fine. Engineer, get over here. These units were absurdly far out of position. It's my easy monitor target. I want to try to lock the army down. Which I do. That's a lot of damage. Here. Nice. Pretty nice too. A little bit risky.
Enemy down.
Moving my engineer out there. Looks like it didn't do everything that I wanted it to do. I shouldn't be spreading out damage, because they're all going to have to heal. No, they're not actually going to have to heal. If I move here, oh no, it's just going to lash back on the one. I do that, and then still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm not in range if I do that. Should have just done this at the start of the turn. Although, now I should have done it after placing the turret. Good. Broke that, which lets me do this.
Enemy killed.
Hmm. Just moving it in as a shield to block the engineers. For you. I guess we'll just do some damage. We have to take that thing out eventually. Okay, this is the turn where we take casualties. Ooh,
Unit destroyed.
a turret. They really prioritize shooting the tank. Again. Why? Just having tanks in the armies is immensely helpful if they're going to do that. Okay.
Enemy annihilated. Enemy killed.
Well, that deals with that side fairly thoroughly, I would say. Oh, but you're basically done. Okay, you're stunned, so you're the target. I take you out. You. Hmm.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright, who's left? Not a great shot. Oh. Can't cure blindness. It doesn't matter.
Enemy down.
Wait, aren't you blind? Yeah, doesn't matter for melee, I guess. I mean, it prevents Overwatch, which is annoying. Are you blind? Yes, and that does matter for you. Hit the other one. Forgot about you.
Enemy neutralized. Unit down.
Hmm. I think I got got enough heals here to more or less fully recover. So you have a heal, but I don't have any more mechanical units that need it.
Enemy killed.
Ah, you have a general heal. Now you also have a heal still, okay.
Our forces are victorious.
On faction war, more research for me. Alright. Well, we didn't quite finish them off, but it's pretty inevitable at this point. And I guess we just continue sweeping in and taking out a bunch of Devar after that. I'm just going to deal with the notifications and call it a day, though.
The Phoenix looms.
I can make my own Phoenix walkers. Nice. Regular walkers. Planetary purification. I'm starting to think that's not going to be as necessary as I was initially thinking. Thermal surge. Superheated plasma actuators. Because plasma... apply immolation instead of burning or choking. I mean, immolation is basically a more intense form of burning. Replacing choking, I mean, I think I'd rather have immolation, so it's probably fine. Backlash projectors. When damaged, the unit pulses fire on itself, doing damage to all adjacent enemy units and +2 armor. Okay, these look really good, so we're gonna grab that. Unexploited sector, right, you are the new energy sector, unless I wanted to actually put down a residential sector somewhere in this city. Which I do not. But it was a brief consideration.
Operations primed and ready.
Okay, well that's ready to go. That's good. Hey, you actually beat the Independents for once. And then the Independents beat you a whole bunch, probably. Ah. It's the other AI. The Carminia AI is also losing to the Autonom. Yeah, it just seems like the way that this was balanced, the Autonom faction core is definitely the most powerful. And I don't think it's just the fact that they had the most factions based on the way that I played through the campaign. Like, these extra Autonom coming in and attacking everybody who isn't a core ally is ridiculously effective. I mean, Carminia is more RNG. Because with Carminia, at least you're like you're gonna lose a sector, but you don't know which sector. So
Sector annexed.
And also Carminia seems to hit one player at a time for one sector, whereas Core hits every player every sequence of turns with like 2 full stacks of Autonom. So just the balance on this seems a little bit off to me. Okay, what kind of sector is this? We've already got a research here. We could do another research, or we could just put down an orbital relay in this area, because this is like the far southern part of the map. I don't really need more research, so I think that's actually what I'm going to do. Have a portal here, that'll be nice. Upkeep, race relations. Oh, okay, well. We'll just prioritize that then. Sector lost. They're being annoying.
Production ready.
Production sector 0. Oh, are both of our production sectors already tier 5? Or our one production sector? Heavy duty manufacturing plant. That's 1 armor per tier of the unit. And Promethean units deal 10. That's amazing. Oh, Cradle of Resurgence. Oh, okay, right. Forgot about that. I did conquer the new sector. Promethean tech is cheaper. Promethean units cost less to produce. We really should put that on.
Production ready.
Phoenix Walker. It's already immune. Purification, probably better. Targeting relay is fine, and jetpack. Can I give it a jetpack? Battlesuit. That seems kind of absurd. This thing with a jetpack on it, but is there anything else I'd rather have? Out of these? Not really. I mean, I am researching stuff that would be pretty good for this as well. I don't know, that seems like a fun unit.
Production ready.
Doesn't do anything for me unless I'm producing units here.
Production ready.
Alright. Got myself my first Doomsday device.
Happiness event in colony.
I don't want to take them out in the next 3 turns. I'm going to waste the... I mean, I do want to take them out, but it's going to take me more than 3 turns to get there. Or not 3 turns. So I'm probably... Yeah, what I'm trying to say. I'm going to lose this. So I'm going to eliminate the player before it goes off. That's fine. Better to have them gone. Alright, and that's all my notifications. So next time... Actually, finally, for real, finish off the Autonom player. Unless the commander runs and hides somewhere. Start dealing with this Devar Empire, which looks massive, all of this. And our Empire's getting pretty massive. Are we the top ranked player yet? Ranked 3. Can't see anyone else, can we? Return. No. Let's see our ally. 7th out of 12. That means there are some people that are doing worse than her, right? Not really. 12. Yeah, our allies doing alright. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm just rambling at this point. I should end the episode, so I will. Yeah, finish this off next time. We'll see you then.